ones and almost attention to hope all is well in your end. I say that respectfully. Today is currently July 21st, 2025. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. To the genuine ones, I truly hope all is well in your end, and I truly hope that you continue to find peace within regards to who gave up on you or what you did in your journey. You're mad and you're worthy. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Healing, charm, and pain is not a race or an overnight process, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. It's not. That's all I knew how to do was be authentic. Couldn't beat nobody else but myself. Loving myself, hold on 1 second. This spiritual welfare here, it's real. Said I was mentally ill, far from disturbed. Took a whole group of people to create a hate train. Hold on 1 second, not to dim my light. Hold on 1 second, I was catching my blessings. Not getting discouraged, fuck you and your opinion. Because I was never in competition. Niagara on love, respect, poetry, my style, out loud. A vocabulary that you can relate to. Truly going within. How you misunderstand your own assignment at the end of the day. Trying to discourage the next person because you don't understand your own pain. Having an identity crisis. Don't know how to keep up with your own vocabulary when it comes to unconditional love going within. You needed validation from folks at the end of the day. To be your authentic self. But you still failed the mission being yourself. Hit the train off of me. How the fuck you do that? You needed the crowd to cheer you on. You were so miserable within, and you had to do yourself wrong. They didn't even know if you was coming or going. Saw someone with potential, you made them your issue. The lack of self-control you had, you didn't understand your own discipline. Only because you fell on your own ass when it came to self-confidence. Misunderstood. Forgot to go within to weather your own storm. You try to shortchange a person because they understood elevation, a rotation you couldn't relate to. We're truly praying to go within because we don't pray the same. You was nothing but the devil that day, and I say that respectfully. I wasn't living the fear, let alone being discouraged. Trying to humiliate me, but hold on 1 second, God still chose me. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I'm not even respecting gang stalking as real as your household. And you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing, I say that respectfully. They said you're delusional neighbor. You're delusional neighbor. Nah, fuck all that he say, she say bullshit. He be in a train of thought for me. Love yourself, not to dim your light. Fuck you, motherfucker. It's a train of thought for me. Here you go, Naya. They said that you would crash up before I was found a while out. They call you the opposite at the end of the day, but that wasn't part of your vocabulary. You just standing up for yourself when folks said you was mentally ill, truly stable at the end of the day because God was not misleading you another day. Even when you got lost in your words, hold on 1 second, you still have potential to become your best self vision of yourself. That growth hits different. I left myself not to dim my light. Fuck you and your opinion at the end of the day. You said I wasn't worthy of choosing me. It took a hate train at the end of the day for you to understand how to use yourself, to go within it. Realize, hold on 1 second. You finally feel validated. No, it's a train of thought for me. I don't know what's wrong with these people. You need validation to be your authentic self. I never understood at the end of it because I'm my biggest cheerleader. Even when folks feel like I'm not worthy of choosing myself, I was far from mentally stable at the end of the day. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. They said you what? Can you corner you and nobody? But hold on 1 second. They said lose yourself, but I was better than myself. They said lose yourself, but I was better than myself. It's a train of thought for me. Your bad habits. That's what happened that day. You couldn't maintain it because you had the energy harvest off the next person's pain. You had the energy harvest off someone's actual intentions. Hold on 1 second, understanding their faith. Something that you can relate to. It be the train of thought for me. How someone understood confidence, something that you can relate to. Was unconditional love. That disturbed your peace. Someone never had hate in their vein, just knew how to respect their neighbor. Even when you couldn't weather your own storm at the end of it, be authentic. When an innocent person was far from a copycat, let alone, hold on 1 second, did I say it already? Hater! They ain't have it in their vein. It took a hate train to discourage a innocent person. You try to paint somebody to be somebody you're truly not. Or because of your pockets, at the end of the day, you was able to discourage somebody behind closed doors. But hold on 1 second, that was never part of their point of view. That's what you thought you did, was feeding into bullshit. How you try to kick the next person down? You know how it feels at the end of the day for folks not to even hear you. But I forgot, when you pay your way to certain predicaments, when you pay your way and you gotta do shit for malicious intentions, that's all you've been doing. That's your norm at the end of the day. It didn't matter if you had your moms and your pops or in the household at the end of the day. If you didn't get your way, you had to destroy the next person's character traits. You try to humble somebody, but you forgot to humble yourself. How you go within at the end of the day, but forgot to understand your own soul. I forgot you don't have one. It's the trait of me. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I may not make sense to the average person, but I wasn't trying to. Because gang stalking is real when you truly got potential. How folks hack your devices, got your next door neighbor, different tax brackets, watching your every move like a bad habit. Trying to get you robbed mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Talking about you a snitch, but you was far from a witch. It be the train of thought for me. You ain't have to dibble and dabble with spell work, even on your worst day. They would never understand God's plan, elevation. That energy is different. Even when you're trying to paint somebody to be the villain in your story, trying to shortchange them a roof over their head, all because you lack self-control, because you truly a hater within. And you was wearing the mask with malicious intentions, but you have an ass. Half-stepping, talking about you so real at the end of the day, because you're able to hold the pen, and you have a job description. You're able to control the narrative of someone's life, all because you lack self-confidence and you see potential within somebody that you don't see in yourself. That's truly your own issue, was one-sided, having an identity crisis. But someone still knew how to respect you. It'd be the train of thought for me. How folks feel because they're in certain job descriptions. I'm gonna kick this person down at the end of the day because they speak enough for themselves and I gotta dumb them down. Damn. Why me? Why you? Why you? Why you? You ever dealt with gang stalking? Someone observing you? Or because at the end of the day someone shouts you out? Homely was hold on 1 second. All he was doing was being authentic. The energy is different. Respecting your neighbor. I never knew it was a crime. But homely was the hold on 1 second. They changed the rules in the game at the end of the day when you was never part of. Only was the hold on 1 second. Their eyes truly lied. Because it's the type of behavior they actually said was the norm. Do your neighbor wrong, but hold on 1 second. That's not in God's vocabulary because I was far from a hater. Understood, hold on 1 second. I could be mentally strong. I ain't need a crowd to root me on. I was my biggest cheerleader when folks didn't want me to elevate. And I'm still going in every single day. They said, practice what you preach, don't dim your like neighbor. Practice what you preach, don't dim your like neighbor. Far from a hater, fuck you. They said, here you go, you a crasher, but I was far from wilding now. I ain't have to hurt myself, let alone my neighbor. 6 feet apart, I was only moving accordingly. You try to discourage me to dim my light, but God made it bright. You said at the end of it, I'ma shortchange your pocket. Paint you out to be the villain of your own story, when you was never part of the contract. It be the train of thought for me. How folks be heading to the bank with your creativity, and then try to blackmail you, hold on 1 second, and leave you on a street corner. But God allows us to continue to elevate. God continue to restore you for all the right reasons. That rejection wasn't within you, because you still have potential. It's folks in the background throwing sport right to left. Got your next door neighbor ear hustling, trying to find out your next move. Is it your best move? Hold on 1 second. I want to see this myself. I got front row seats. I'm about to talk to you later. I gotta go. Didn't matter. Tax bracket. How this type of stuff actually happens when it comes to gang stalking. How someone's pockets is real small, all because of you. All because of the fact you truly had potential and you was never the issue. You wasn't. Because people pick and choose who could listen to music. People pick and choose at the end of the day when you talk in a certain tone. And when you don't, at the end of the day, it's like, damn, what this person got going on? We gotta be nosy. Shh. What they say? Did they take a shit today? No, it's the trade though, but you goddamn nosy. How gang stalking is real. When you fall for mentally ill. Folks leaking your address right to left. All because of the fact they said that you was mentally ill. They said you not who you said you was. Being authentic. Hold on 1 second. You was always the original blueprint. When it came to God's anointings, that energy is different. Never competition. Far from a hater. Folks be in the background trying to humble you, but it was always within you. Ever since you got on this incident index, all you've been doing is being original. Something they can relate to. To the genuine ones, what's up, neighbor? To the genuine ones, what's up, neighbor? How folks try to steal your swag. These comics, these terror readers, these actors, these rappers, at the end of the day, all because you was truly keeping it real. Folks trying to take your authenticity. Hold on one second, but they can't be you. Let alone walk a day in your shoes. Even if they sit there and take notes from the next door neighbor, they didn't matter their tax bracket, but their bad habits. How this type of stuff actually happens. You fall from a hater. How gang stalking is real. How you disrespected somebody and called them a bum. Someone was truly a bum at the end of the day. Why would you sit there and take notes, son? No, it's the train of thought for me. Are you serious, child? Because that's all you acting like your shoe size. The mind manipulation games you had to play within your own community only was the hold on 1 second. The math wasn't adding up. It be the train of thought for me. How this type of stuff actually happens. It does. They said you whack in your corner, you a nobody. But you only getting better with time. That energy is different because God didn't tell a lie. How folks in the background control the narrative of your devices. See, they hack your devices and get counts. And then they say that you're delusional, that this is not going on, and that you're mentally disturbed. Something is mentally wrong with you. Or someone will put themselves in a situation and said, oh no, I didn't say that. But you only go off of facts, not he say, she say, to ruin someone's reputation. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. It's not. Gang stalking is real until it's your household. And you was never doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. How someone, because of their tax bracket, will make sure they ruin your life to make you homeless. But they say they for the community. How these actors and rappers at the end of the day, these terrorists acting like they truly for you at the end of the day, all because you acknowledge somebody. You was never buddy with nobody, but you just knew how to respect your neighbor. Not allowed was had to be told. How they had your device to gang stalk you. Got the next door neighbor different tax bracket telling you every move. What door? What door do they live at? This one right here, you sure? I was there that day. I didn't open the door for all the right reasons because you wasn't for me. I saw the devil at the door. It was two of them. Brown. Light brown. It's a train of thought for me. But then you say I'm bugging. I'm delusional. How the devil comes. Can't disturb my peace. Then I start speaking up for myself. You said, hold on 1 second, I'm big mad because you ain't valued my time. But I wouldn't want to pour into you at the end of the day because you ain't my type. No, it's the truth on me. You weird. You weird as fuck. That's the mind games you play when it comes to certain folks. I'd be so surprised at the end of the day. Did the last person actually make it? Did they? Because you was jealous. You stopped them mentally, physically, and emotionally. Did you poison their food too? And they drink? It's a train of thought for me. How folks would say they want to humble you. You can't humble somebody as a child of God. A real one. That ain't just different. That balance is different starting all over. That balance is different. I can't cry another day. I already cried out. I'm already zoned out. Because I understood unconditional love is different. If I love me, ain't nobody gonna disrespect me. You know why? Because I choose me. And I can't worry about your opinion at the end of the day. And especially when I didn't hurt you or have malicious intentions. But you try to short-term your vision. And the devil, nothing but the devil. It always starts with you. I may not make sense to the average person, but I wasn't supposed to. Where we start? Misunderstood, but I'm loved by me. Misunderstood, but I'm loved by me. Misunderstood, but I'm loved by me. Fuck your opinion, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Fuck your opinion, neighbor, 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 neighbor. It's the train of thought for me. You said I wasn't irrelevant. I don't mean no disrespect, and I say that to my elders, and I say that respectfully. But I'm not trying to hurt nobody to cause a crime. You know, something about the free will. Hold on 1 second. I understood my time. I wasn't trying to shortchange myself when it comes to my mental health. I was just expressing myself. The only was to hold on 1 second. I had to let go. I had to let go any negative energy that was around me. Only was to hold on 1 second. I actually had to regroup the hold on 1 second. I couldn't hold on to another day. You know, to dim my light, to discourage myself. Because we gotta always find that outlet to express ourselves without hurting folks. No, it's the train though for me. What the fuck? Always be yourself with no malicious. Why the fuck would I get discouraged? Cause you whack and corny? Nah, you really whack and corny. You play with sport, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. You forgot to put that energy into yourself to understand your own pain. You know, when it comes to your mental health, make it more stronger. Make yourself realize that hold on 1 second, you are worthy to love yourself. Recognize that hold on 1 second, holding on to yourself without discouraging the next person. How folks would put a vocabulary they couldn't even relate to. That confidence was never in your vocabulary at the end of the day. I see why unconditional love never chose you. Because you didn't choose yourself, you jackass. Where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? Said the joke was on you, neighbor, 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 neighbor. The joke was on you, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Fuck your opinion, I say that respectfully. Fuck your opinion, I say that respectfully. Nah, it's a train of thought for me. You said fuck me, nah, two fucks up at the end of the day. Cause why would I want to give a fuck about your opinion? When you try to shortchange my vision that hold on 1 second you couldn't even relate to. Confidence, hold on 1 second, being authentic. Didn't have the potential at the end to use your own fucking issue. It's a train of thought for me. You know, poetry out loud. Hold on 1 second, I was far from crashing out. No, I have to check on you. Need to look at some poetry. It's really beautiful. No, for real, for expressing yourself. It's far from a crash out moment. It's funny how someone would say 2 fingers up to you, but the disrespect lied what they know, all because they saw potential within you. I didn't get discouraged because I knew how to respect my neighbor. I understood sight and day that hold on 1 second. I understood to respect my neighbor. I think I have to say that again. You gave me 2 fucks up at the end of the day. But the difference between me and you and our vocabulary, I still knew how to respect my neighbor. You couldn't weather a storm that you couldn't relate to. Was understanding your own potential. Looking at someone like competition. Only was to hold on 1 second, how did you reject you? How did you get lost in your own words, talking about you so ill, but you was truthful, you was truly mentally ill? Trying to project it on an innocent person who wasn't projecting a monster at the end of the day to catch a case. It's just trying to throw me how you create a hate train, all because someone understood to go within, understand reflection, that hold on 1 second, they are worthy of change. Something that you never wanted to do. You had to play with spell work. You had to dibble and dabble to pay this person, pay that person, to see someone's next move. You had to find out narrative of a narrative at the end of the day to try to humiliate someone, all because of the fact that that was your profit. Wow. That's what you want to do that day. Gotcha. That's what God said. You was the enemy. He say, she say, goddamn neighbor. He say, she say, goddamn neighbor. My smile bothered you. They said when you come from poverty and pain, you're not supposed to smile. But I understood healing when it came to balance. That's why God allowed me to smile. God saw me frown so much with the inside. God had to allow me to understand how unconditional love never allows someone to shortchange your vision when it comes to your future. I got your back. Even when in the background trying to make you homeless, they hacking your devices do you wrong. So hold on 1 second. That phone call won't go in. It's a train of thought for me. But you're truly smart. You are worthy. You have good and bad days. But you ain't trying to hurt nobody. They try to discourage you to dim your light. But you still showed up for you. Who would have known? God still chose you. Yeah, I know I'm corny. That was whack as fuck. I know. But goddamn. I may not be wanted by you, but I'm wanted by God. I may not be wanted by you, but God didn't lie. I may not be wanted by you, but God allowed me to feel that it's okay to heal. I may not be wanted by you, but I was able to look in the mirror to understand my own reflection. Something that you couldn't relate to was going within to understand and remove that mask. That hold on 1 second, that was holding you back. That's what made you feel mentally unstable. Because if you was mentally strong at the end of the day, you wouldn't sit there and create a hate train towards an innocent person. Be trained to thought for me, we ain't the same. Not being wanted by you. A storm that you can't relate to. Why God chose me. I don't think God overlooked you, but we don't pray the same. I never had hate in my vein. That's why God allowed me to feel that. Hold on 1 second. I was worthy. And just different. Wanted by you. Why would I want to be wanted by you for? When you energy harvest all folks' energy, why would I want to be wanted by you? When you have to create a hate train, let alone try to destiny swipe with folks, project spell work, project someone to be mentally unstable, all because you don't understand your own reflection. You're having an identity crisis. I truly hope that one day you can truly heal to go within, but goddamn, why would I want to be wanted by you? It didn't matter about your tax bracket. Sitting at the wrong table allowed me to see why I chose me to be wanted. Or because someone said that I wasn't wanted. I wasn't wanted at your table, but I was wanted at mine. It only was that God didn't tell a lie because God revealed the devil of the levels. Because it was so many devils in different levels. And misery loves company, but it couldn't disturb my peace. I understood that, hold on 1 second, I didn't need validation to be myself. Something that you had to do, but pretend. But that's the difference between you and them. Hold on 1 second, I was in competition. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. It's disgusting to see how someone calls you a bum, but they watch you within watching you from fake pages, and they observe you from observing you. And they see how great you are. And you put couples of thousands of dollars in these folks' pockets too. Maybe little pennies, who knows. They try to give you chump change though, behind closed doors. They do it like in the most weirdest ways. $35 here, $35 there, $35 there, anonymous. You didn't sign up for that one-sided ass contract. All because they was following you around every move. Hold on 1 second. You was far from the fool because you saw right through their bullshit. How you have certain folks in different tax brackets or whatever the case may be, having a script to project a scene at the end of the day, somebody that they was truly not, because they was truly pretending and they was truly disrespectful to you. Even days when you knew how to weather a storm they couldn't relate to. They had to put on the mask and say, you know what, no, this person treat me really bad. They're a very aggressive person. They're this, they're that, they're this, they're that. They're delusional too, Nowadays, when you go into the corner store, or whatever the case may be, goddamn, a bacon, egg, and cheese almost goddamn $10. How did the fuck did that happen? It's a train of thought for me, but they said the prices wasn't going up, so I guess they just manipulate certain stores at the end of the day to see that the price is going up or not, right? Okay, hold on 1 second. Then that's when they pay you to be delusional, something's mentally wrong with you, because someone's behind the scenes and making sure that, hold on 1 second, we're going to paint you to be crazy, and nobody's going to believe you. Oh, then you go to this store, go to that store, whatever the case may be. You can't just shop at any store nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Because you'd be so surprised that the workers is projecting spell work on you when you least expect it. Like, hold on 1 second. Energy harvesting. How this type of shit really happens. Or someone created a hate train towards you and painted you out to be somebody you're not. But then they behind the scenes, hold on 1 second. They're in character, but hold on 1 second. They forgot to pay your actual rate. But they taking your pay rate. But you fall from a hater. It's a train of thought for me. You putting money in people's pockets and then you don't even know it. They taking so much time at the end of the day just to watch you. Only rush the hold on 1 second. God's still around the time that hold on 1 second. You ain't bugging. God had to take you back a couple of chapters. Just so you won't skip another beat. Only rush the hold on 1 second. Because these bitches happy in competition. It's the train thought for me. Oh, no, 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 no. You ain't gonna outdo me better than me, bitch. No, the fuck you not. I've been in the game for over 10 years. I've been in the game for over 20 years. No, you not gonna take my spot, you weird bitch. Damn. That's how you felt? competition with you. I was even cheering you on. What the fuck? These bitches is weird. I don't mean no disrespect, but goddamn, you said it first. So fuck it. Yeah, you a bitch to me then. It be trying to throw for me. Why would I mind my manners now? Why should I give a fuck at the end of the day? Oh, you thought I was a weak bitch. That's what you said. I was supposed to be in the corner crying, boohooing, shaking in my fucking boots. Nah, fuck all that. I'm tired of motherfuckers walking all over me at the end of the day. Now it's time to keep it real. I'm far from a snitch. That's what you call me. A witch. But I'm far for that too because I don't handle my vocabulary. I hope folks good day, bad days, misunderstanding days. But goddamn, you took everything that I said and put into your intuitions when it came to your wish list. You weird bitch. It's the truth off of me. Oh my god, did I say that? Yes, I did. So they plan on having you homeless, huh? You know when it comes to gang stalking, how they watch every move. It's so crazy how folks in different tax bracket could create a hate train towards you. They said, I didn't hear what you said. I heard you. But I'm going to manipulate you because of the fact that the documentations you gave us, we're going to paint you to be crazy anyway. We have you shadow banned. We hacked your devices. That's what they're saying. You can't send certain emails to certain folks. You can't get certain phone calls from certain folks. It's this type of stuff they said that you're mentally, something is mentally wrong with you now. It's a straight throw for me. And it's crazy how certain individuals, they be practicing and preaching, but they not really practicing, because if you actually practicing what you preaching, you would be walking that light. Only buzz the hold on 1 second. You manipulate the community. I'm far from that. I'm a child of God, and I say that respectfully. It was never for likes and views of cloud chasing. Far from thirsty. I just knew how to respect my neighbor, even when I was on an empty stomach. How folks try to humble me, but I ain't get discouraged. The energy is different. It's something mumble and jumble. I ain't saying nothing, but you sitting there watching me, observing every moment behind the fake page, even the real one, watching every moment, wishing it was my last day. You praying on my downfall so bad. That's a train of thought for me. All I did was speak it up for myself, and you said I was mentally disturbed. That's what you said. Where do I start? You know, I like to talk about love. I don't know, that's my favorite topic. Something that you can't relate to. Because if you actually loved yourself, you actually pour into you to actually love you. And finally love the person that's by your side. Here's the truth over me, you miserable, weird ass motherfuckers. Ah! Or let alone, Dan, you're not even in a relationship. But I actually hope that you understand your plan one day to actually fall in love with the right person that's going to actually love you properly. And not run them off again. No, it's the truth over me. No, for real, for real. Love is real, love is one of a kind. Hold on 1 second. Love is real, love is one of a kind. Hold on 1 second. You know, real love, you ain't wearing a mask. You know, real love, you ain't wearing a mask. Nah, for real, for real, for real, for real, for real. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I'm whack and I'm corny to the average person, but I wasn't trying to fit in. Never. You know, real love, you don't wear a mask. You know, you fly. You pass with flying colors like if you was taking a test. Getting access to someone's heart at the end of the day only to maintain. It wasn't a game. Bringing peace into someone's life, it wasn't complicated. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. Far from the fool. Your past fumbled you at the end of the day to project mind games, let alone lust, project spell work, only because they had ill intentions. Overcoming that charm and pain, weathering the storm they couldn't relate to, because God wasn't doing you wrong another day, but God allowed you to understand why you had to let it go. That dead weight don't live in your reality today, because someone truly showed you potential. They wasn't wearing a mask. Someone truly showed me that true love can truly last. What up, butterfly? And not only did you have swag, not only did you have the brains at the end of the day, you know, to actually be smart to think. You was book smart, street smart, and you had a vibe with you that, hold on 1 second, folks would die to be next to you. Now here's the truth though for me. Your past fumbled you so bad. They be trying to realize the hold on 1 second, how did I relapse? Only realize at the end of the day, ain't no cure for that. Only realize that love of your life is truly bringing you balance in your life today. Ain't no coming back. No, it's the trick on because when you find the right one once in a lifetime, that love is different when it comes to real love. It wasn't complicated. Someone truly showing you that love can last forever. Loving you right the first time around. Who would have knew love? That is just different. Someone bringing peace into your life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments. The energy is different because true love was never complicated. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. True love wasn't an unhealthy distraction. It was the most healthiest distraction because someone actually saw you not to overlook you. Someone protecting your mental health. They wasn't trying to shortchange you. It's train of thought for me. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. You know, true love is not complicated. You know, when the right person walks into your life, they're not trying to humble you when it comes to real love. And I say that respectfully. Because they see you, they hear you, they respect you. They wouldn't be able to walk a day in your shoes because you understood what you overcame. And you still being patient with time and when it comes to certain wounds that was endured within you. You know, because someone doesn't want to remind you what you overcame. But someone's truly trying to show you why they balancing your smile while you came out your comfort zone and they didn't want you to frown. How actions spoke louder than words. Someone truly shows you, hold on 1 second, true love wasn't supposed to hurt. Someone loving you right the first time around. Who would have knew that walk in the park would be true? You know, they say fairy tales ain't real, but someone's keeping it real. It was never for likes and views of cloud chasing. Hold on 1 second. How God allowed you to see a miracle. You know, God was not for likes and views of cloud chasing. Someone didn't have to use the Heavenly Mother or Father God for manipulation. That energy is different. We ain't the same. Someone praying for you, not against you. Someone sees you. Not only do I see you, I ain't trying to demean or discourage you. That's a chain of thought for me. You know, that energy is different. You know, because that walk of life feels great. Because you took a leap of faith. And because you took that leap of faith, you almost gave up on another apartment. But a prayer was answered when you least expected. And God wasn't misleading you another day. For the love of your life to protect your mental health along your heart. Giving someone access to a key only because they was truly available emotionally. They saw you, they heard you, they respected you. You know, true love wasn't about competition. And I don't mean no disrespect, but hold on 1 second. We're on two different levels. You know, between overcoming what you've been through and understanding your future, it truly got bright when you least expected. Someone truly sees you. Wow. You ever got lost in your words? But someone wasn't there to abuse you. Mentally, physically, emotionally. The energy is different. Wow. You didn't have to say the wrong thing that day. You didn't have to feel like you had to hold yourself back from expressing yourself. You know, for someone to say that something is mentally wrong with you. Because someone saw you to hear you. And you wasn't stupid at the end of the day. When you cracked a corny joke. No, it's the trick off of me. Because someone loved you for who you was. That's why they fell in love only because the hold on 1 second. A future so real. A future so bright. Who would have knew that God wasn't dimming your light? The change is different. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. True love is not complicated. They said when it comes to a healthy relationship, it's no such thing as unconditional love with the right person. But that's a lie. Because the unconditional love starts with peace, starts with someone showing up for you, starts with someone being faithful to you, starts with someone being loyal to you, and it's not manipulation, and it's not for likes and views of cloud chasing. Because someone truly pours into you up close in person and behind closed doors, and they're not wearing a mask. They're not trying to put on a show for the outside world. When your household at the end of the day is truly at peace, the energy is different. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm not even expecting my content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. They would never understand your intuitions. How someone can protect you up close in person and behind closed doors. Yet every minute hits different. Someone truly showed you why you came out your comfort zone, not to do you wrong. I may be corny to the average person, but I wasn't trying to fit in. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. And to anybody that ever went against me, I actually hope that you continue to find peace within, and I mean that with everything within me. And I say that respectfully. My heavenly mother, Father God, got me. That's all I know. Always be yourself with no molest sentence. Don't stimulate, don't get discouraged, neighbor.
Don't have to try to go for me, goddammit!
How they sit there and watch you behind fake pages and control the narrative to paint you out to be the villain of a story. It's more than one person just watching me right now. Gang stalking is real. And one thing I don't, this is the part where they said that something is mentally wrong with you. I'm crazy, right? The same person that's behind me becoming homeless is the same person that's behind me, that's behind doing this. Jealousy is real. Jealousy and envy is real. I never signed up for nobody's contract, let alone your storyline. I say that respectfully. I would never do that to my sister or my brother. And you're not wrong for speaking up for yourself when I say that respectfully. When someone threatens your life, you can call me a snitch all day, I don't care. When someone threatens your life, you're not wrong for speaking up for yourself. I'm not going to hurt me because you wanted me to hurt you. You wanted me to get locked up. You wanted to put me in the psych ward. Why would the fuck would I want to hurt me? Why would I do that? And then you paint a narrative that I'm delusional, something is mentally wrong with me. Also, you could just make money off me at the end of the day. Gang stalking is real. And especially when you're signing up for someone's one-sided conversation. I'm far from a hater. Neighbor. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. You know, nowadays it's hard to come across genuine people. It really is. But when you're really a genuine person, never stop having a heart, and I say that respectfully. The world is so confusing. Trying to discourage you right to left, fall for mentally ill. They trying to give you a heart attack, but hold on 1 second, you can truly heal. You pour into you, not to shortchange you. You had trust issues when it came to your past, they didn't know how to respect you. Overcoming that train, hold on 1 second, they would never understand you truly when they expressed. To understand that, hold on 1 second, you was catching your blessings right to left because you didn't reject you. Here was folks in different tax brackets trying to discourage you. Talking about what train you possibly could talk about the end of it because I'm about to shortchange you. I was never on no shuttle. I was always on an express because, hold on 1 second, it was the most unlimited way to go. I wasn't trying to go to the stop where it actually stops. Because God elevation will always flow. The energy is different. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You are worthy. They said that you was ugly. But you poured into you. Bushy eyebrows, big nose, big ears, beautiful lips. Hold on 1 second. They said it was truly big. They said you had a big nose, big feet, or whatever the case may be. You look like a dog, or whatever the case may be. You got cute dimples. Big cheekbones. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. But when you really go within and actually love yourself, it was never competition. Hold on 1 second. They would never understand it. Hold on 1 second. God didn't allow the pain to heal. From the person that was projected on you. Because God was protecting you. Because someone didn't know how to pray. Because they was praying against you. And God said, I'm going to take care of them. Because one way or another, they got to meet their maker. No, it's the truth over me. No, you got to go talk to God yourself when you're ready to heal. Because God is not going to hear your request. It's the truth over me. He said that you're not original. But you've been authentic this whole entire time. I may not make sense to the average person, but you're not for me, and I say that respectfully. I don't worship the devil, but I actually hope that you find peace within. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. It's not. Because someone prays to go within, right? You block your own blessing. Because you don't understand someone's reflection. I never prayed against you, but you're not for me. You trying to figure out who I'm praying to. Only was I didn't reject me. When God actually protected my mental health and that you couldn't relate to. You had to sneak revenge, all because I was keeping it real. When you said I was mentally unstable. Why you don't let the comment section show? This is the part where they said that you're delusional, something's mentally wrong with you. Let the comment section show. So, just like you controlling the comment section, right? You do this when it comes to my videos as well, when it comes to my numbers. And then you say something is mentally wrong with me when I'm expressing that someone is in the behind the scenes and is manipulating my channel. You don't want me to be in the algorithm. I didn't have to try hard besides be myself. It's not my fault that you don't like your voice. It's not my fault that you don't like your features. It's not my fault that you're not more creative than how I am. If you actually go within and actually heal, I actually hope that you find whatever uniqueness that you can find within you. Instead of worried about me. And you say, I'm mentally ill. It's just train of thought for me. How you watching my every move. I was never part of your contract, and I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real. What you want me to do? You want me to be in fear? I'm supposed to be scared. It's funny how now all of a sudden certain individuals is taking my storyline and what I'm experiencing and using it as their storyline to make money off of me. Because it was coming out of my mouth. But then you said I'm a bum. I must not be much of a bum at the end of the day. Evidently I'm not, spiritually, huh? The energy is different. Jealousy and envy is real and it's disgusting. People want you to get out of character so bad. And you're going to use my videos to try to blackmail me when I curse, to cut them out, or whatever the case may be, or whatever the case may be. The same people that's been watching me from day one. That's been hacking my devices. That's been gang stalking me. And when I speak upon it, I'm wrong. Doing a whole storyline to rob me mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Been astral traveling towards me without my acknowledgement. Been sending voodoo, witchcraft, dark magic, all types of stuff towards me. You know, people, they pick and choose who can talk about God. They pick and choose who can talk about spirituality. It's a train of thought for me. I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I don't live in fear. I'm far from a hater. Hope you rest well tonight. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. Jealousy and envy is real. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have all the time in the day to watch me. Every time I post, you got the notification on you, the first one watching me. And all of a sudden, now that I put the message, the chat up, now all of a sudden it's disappeared. Because you don't want it to show that it's more people watching me than what it actually is. It was just one person watching me, 3 people watching me, but I have over 10 people sending me messages. Like, make it make sense, man. And then you said I'm delusional. Something's mentally wrong with me. Regardless if it's your people sending the messages. Because, you pay people to send messages to me. You pay people to hack my devices. Just like the day that, it's multiple occasions. Damn, I can't keep up. There's so many occasions. What do I know, huh? It's a nice color. Can I get the comment section back up? They call me crazy. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood, far from miserable, neighbor, what happened to you? I hope you find peace within the better you. It is a trait though for me. What up, butterfly? The fact that you came out to actually blossom. You never allow someone to discourage you, regardless of the obstacles. Living in fear wasn't part of the vocabulary. It wasn't a game, but God allowed you to elevate. They would never understand, hold on one second, being your biggest cheerleader when they try to mislead you. They try to run game right to left. Seeing that you didn't have potential, but you wasn't the issue. You wasn't sweating at the end of the day. That ain't just different. That faith hits different. Coming out your comfort zone. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. Damn, I'm far from a hater. That's what happens when being authentic. That ain't just different. You blossom from point A to Z. You blossom. This next journey, that testimony was real. All you was doing is keeping it real. You didn't have to use God as manipulation. That is just different. Because God was your lens when it comes to, hold on one second, I walk by faith, not by sight. You balanced days when you couldn't see. Because God showed you how. Happy tears hits different. Fixing the crown was an intuition. Praying to go within, and God gave you the validation. You wasn't looking from the outside world. You just knew how to respect your neighbor, but they wanted you to be mentally ill. Wow. They projected spell work towards you. The gang stalking was real. The hate train was real. But hold on one second. I heard they still in the background trying to discourage you. But you continue to maintain, to keep going. Blossoming, elevating. The energy is different. They said God not real, but you keep showing up. They said God not real when your back's against the wall. When they trying to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Even make you homeless the end of the day to paint you out to be the villain in their story. They want to blackmail you against you, but who would have known? God got a better plan for you and you ain't going to be in that street corner. That is just different. Yeah, they robbed you. They did. They took God's creativity and they made their own plan. You know, God saw everything they was doing behind closed doors. That's why God gave you the strength to tell your story today. They would never understand that. Hold on 1 second. You wasn't looking for validation to be authentic. They saw potential within you, so they try to blackmail you against you. They called you whack, corny, stupid, slow, and retarded. BITCH, they had so much to say. It's a train of thought for me when you was far from gone. That ain't just different when God was holding you down and you was mentally strong. Everybody has good days, bad days, misunderstanding days. You didn't miss your stop. You continue to rise. That elevation is different, butterfly. They would never understand that God's intuition is different. Never lose hope because God gave you faith to realize, hold on 1 second, God didn't make a mistake. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. I'm nice and respect, and I'm far from a hater. This is part of a script at the end of the day that I was never part of. I would never want to meet you, and I say that respectfully. Never. Because God has something for you, just for your name on it. And I don't mean no disrespect at the end of the day. How you try to humiliate somebody, dig up their past, and do all types of weird shit behind the scenes to try to paint somebody to be crazy at the end of the day. I wouldn't want to shake hands with you, let alone sit at the same table with you. Far from having trust issues, but you're truly not from it at the end of the day. Then you said, hold on 1 second, regardless of what you're going through, aren't you supposed to love your neighbor? Yeah, but from a distance, you ain't from me. I understand my own intuitions. That ain't just different. You're a weirdo. In real life. Hope you find peace within. Disturb your peace somewhere else, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Don't dim your light, neighbor.
No, the train of thought for me. I gotta go.
Ha! Ha! Got it. It's the train of thought of me, jackass. Love yourself to better yourself. Always be yourself when I'm as attention. I'm nice and respect. Gang stalking is real, and I say that respectfully. You mad and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone. For someone to watch you, your every move at the end of the day, and then to disrespect you at the end of the day, and then have people in certain tax brackets disrespect you, and then when you speak up for yourself, they say that you're mentally ill. I wouldn't have gave that heart attack to you. And I say that respectfully, even when you couldn't see. Ha! You can't steal. And the chain off of me. That's what you wanted to do. You wanted someone to have a heart attack. Do you not know behind gang stalking, people can get a heart attack? And you don't know what someone is mentally going through? You didn't think about that because you didn't care. And for someone to lie about a narrative at the end of the day because you put money in their pocket. Someone was discriminated against that day. Someone created a hate train towards somebody that day. Or you was part of the target crew too, huh? With the hacking of the devices and the packages too, huh? All of you was. The YouTubers, the contracts, and even the TV, right? That's why he said turn the TV back on. I thought you said turn the TV off. But why would you scream turn the TV back on? It's a train of thought for me. The math is not adding up. How these YouTubers, these actors, these musicians, and more, multiple communities, TikTokers and shit, how they work together to try to humble an innocent person. Folks talk about God all day long, but that's not how God moves. And I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is really real until it's your household. The last person didn't make it through. The last person was pacing back and forth. They didn't know if they was coming or going. You probably psyched them out their free will. You know, those crimes that you hide because of your tax bracket. Nobody's going to believe the foolishness that's coming out of someone's mouth when they're telling the truth. I'm a child of God, and I wasn't doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. Because God was never for sale, and I was never ever looking at my neighbor like competition. I would never hurt myself when I say that respectfully. Regardless was in the background trying to blackmail me against me. I love myself. Regardless of what circumstance I'm in. We're not the same. And I say that respectfully. When God sends the right people into your life, it's not competition. They're not trying to outdo you. They're not trying to humble you, hack your devices, gang stalk you, or project power towards you. They're not trying to energy harvest off your energy along with that scene swipe with you. They see you, they hear you, they respect your intentions. And they actually know how to put respect on your name. Even days when they can't see. They're actually rooting you on. They actually want you to sit at their table with no malicious intentions because they're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. Because when God sends the right people into your life, it's not malicious intentions. And they didn't have hate in their vein because they came in poverty and pain. And they would never poison your drink or your food. Or inject anything into you. Or let alone, they would never set you up to go to the barbershop to get your blood. To take it to the lab. To see what's going on with you. It's a train of thought for me. Against your free will. Something that you didn't sign up for. It's a train of thought for me. I'm not using them respect and fall from a hater. Always be yourself and others' intentions. I was never a rapper. I'm just not using them respect. Being myself. Something you can relate to. Always be yourself and others' intentions. Regardless who has me shadow banned or whatever the case may be you're doing in the background. You're trying to pay me out to be someone I'm not. But I don't live in fear. And I say that respectfully. When someone says you don't have potential, they're willing to blackmail you against you, never misintentions. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself, no intentions.
Peace and respect, some respect, so never stop the voice. You better run on them, you like go, you never on them, you like, I gotta go.
Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend, humanity worthy. I'm nice, no respect. Today is currently July 21st, 2025. Stop the violence. Have a good day. Always be yourself, no intentions. I'm far from a hater. We ain't the same neighbor.
If the check on me, I get it if I have the motherfucker God. When I'm a less intentions, and I say that respectfully.
I said my heavenly mother, my heavenly father, God. That's what I said. I don't want you to double good day, bad day, or misunderstand day. And I'm far from hate. Don't run through my vein. Regardless of what type of blood type I got at the end of the day, I ain't the same as the folks.
And I say that respectfully. I gotta go. Always be yourself with no malicious intent. Stop the violence, neighbor. Stop the violence. Hey, neighbor, stop the violence.
Always be yourself. I'm nice and respect. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. Have a good day.